Hello, everybody. I'm back with 14 Lite. Just it's my lunch break, so I figure I will do some more tests. Just picking up where we left off last time this morning. It says choose one from maps. Okay, so I didn't put an address in. I was just curious where it would go. Also, I just remembered I need to close the garage door. Let's see. Can I do that from here? From my watch? All right. Sorry, this is a bit of a weird video so far. Um, just trying to get my garage door to close. But anyway, I have no destination in, and I'm kind of just curious where it goes. I would like to also double check the charging station because I did go into Google Maps and update its location, and that change was accepted, but it may take a little while before it actually uh, ends up doing anything. It would be kind of interesting if it tries to go left here because this road ahead of us is closed. Um, so if it decides to go left, it will have to turn around, which would be kind of funny. Looks like there's also road work ahead, so let's see. Bunch of vehicles here that it has to go around. And it does want to go left. Okay, I'm going to let it do this because it can't. And it's going to be a little awkward because there is some traffic around and stuff. Looks like they're redoing this road. Okay, it needs to recognize that this is closed. No, it's being too weird. Okay, I'm not going to let it do this. Um, it was not recognizing soon enough that that was closed. So let's just go this way and see what it ends up doing. There was a be prepared to stop. There's a road closed sign up there just alerting people that the road is closed further down. Sorry if it's kind of noisy. Um, this is a grooved road because they're redoing this, which is good. My wife got a really bad rock thrown at her windshield on this road before they redid it. Okay, a little bit more of a slowdown than necessary to go around that, but not bad. I have a feeling it's just going to take this until the end, and then maybe it goes left. Okay, we need to stop. Okay, it's recognizing something is up. If it makes a deviation at all, I'm going to slam the brake. Yeah, it can't see the stop. Or I can't. Or I guess, okay, I guess we are behind this car. The video I took this morning is actually processing right now. So hopefully when I get back, the that will be done processing and I can upload it, and then I'll start on this video, which should hopefully just be a fast follow and hopefully not as long. We will definitely want to find a different way home. I guess this would be an interesting test, but it's certainly not the way I would go. This truck is making a right. We still don't have a destination in, so this truck wants that car to to just go so they're not in the way. Okay, I guess we're going now. I don't know. The car behind us might have honked at us, but we didn't have a way to go, so I think we handled that perfectly fine. That truck had flashing lights. My car did not react at all to that. Is seeing a phantom person with the sign. Not sure what's up with that, but correctly, going over this line because of the cones. There's this truck upcoming, so we should probably go left a little bit. Yeah, and then because of the cone, go back. That was good. You know what we can do? I will put a destination in, and I will have it go that way. Nope, don't. Not sure what that braking was about. Maybe it will show us something. Let's see if I can pull up the camera previews. I can. And you may wonder, oh, this is going to be weird. Okay. You may wonder why I have this camera when newer cars don't, and that's because I have hardware 3, which has 3 front cameras. Hardware 4 only has 2. And then obviously the newer hardware 4 has the front bumper camera as well. So we actually have a zoomed camera, the regular camera, and the wide camera in the front. That actually was handled pretty well. Construction's always a little awkward and weird, but I think it honestly handled all of that great. Now it's weird here because there's no lines. Traffic from the left and right do not stop. And they're turning, so we can go. That was fine. It could have been a little faster, but it was fine. There's a bump here. It'd be nice if it slows for it. I don't think it's going to. That was fine. I'm just going to close that. Oh, preconditioning for fast charging. I can't actually turn that off easily. Here's the question. Does it show? Okay. What if I do this? Instead of the charging, what if I do that specific location? No, don't go that back route. I'll have it go around. Now that should be pretty close to the chargers. Will that be enough to basically trick it into charging? And it actually still thinks it's a charger, so it is preconditioning. I can see the battery inlet temperature is actually increasing. The battery's at 80 right now. It'll be a little ways to power, but it's fine. Okay, we have a flashing yellow, but we should be good to just go because they're turning as well. We're in standard, so the first question is, how soon do we get over? Do we go around this guy? It's about to be 65. Technically, we jumped the gun on that being 65, but our speeds are all fine. 2 miles. With 2 miles, there's not a rush to get over yet, but we're not going significantly faster than this guy, this person. But they're maybe only barely going 65. They're slowly speeding up. Okay. I would choose to just get behind them. And I would actually choose to do that about now, though there's no one behind us. We are sort of just camping the left lane and making it so no one can get around. Okay, yeah, we really should get over. The guy in the right lane is slowly creeping up on us, so like they're barely going faster. But there was no reason for us to camp in the left lane that long, especially when our exit was coming up relatively soon. As just a obviously a quick highway test. I will end up doing a longer one later at some point, and actually maybe go into downtown Rochester. But just doing quick local tests right now. It is a work day. Okay, they have their left blinker on, but they're very far to the right. That's funky. We're handling that fine though. Now, unfortunately, we are still preconditioning for fast charging, even though we're not actually going to use the charger. So I can see that the motors are active and heating. You might be able to hear it. The battery itself is only at 82 degrees, but the inlet temperature is 109 right now. That's the nice thing about having the sexy dash is I get all of the battery preheat information. I don't think I can turn off preconditioning. Like I can manually turn it on with the dash, but I can't necessarily turn it off. So like the button doesn't show that it's on. Okay, that just turns it on a second way. So, all right, I think we're handling all this well. Now, the interesting thing where it goes into the wrong lane here when we take this exit is not an issue when we come at it from this direction normally. Um, it normally would not swap over, even with the same destination. So it was weird. It was just when coming off the highway, so not surprised to see it working fine right now. Uh, like I said, that was never an issue before. Speed limit drops now, but we have people ahead of us, so we'll just go their speed. Yeah, no attempt to go around these manhole covers. Maybe that one, but otherwise no real attempt. And that one's off to the side enough that it might have just been coincidence. We are set for parking lot, which is the closest thing we can get there. I'm very curious if it will back into the chargers because that pin is pretty close. And if and when Google actually updates that to the correct location, since I moved it in Google Maps, then I'll do a test actually with the charger as the destination. I'm seeing a little bit of that wobble again, so that's something that hopefully they can fix up. There's a couple people here. Not even close to that double yellow. That was perfect. Okay, downtown is pretty busy right now. Must be just lunchtime is a busy time down here. Oh, is the bridge up? No, it's not the bridge. There is the fire department at one of the restaurants ahead. And that's effectively closing that off. Not sure that there's anything I can really test with that. Or maybe they have do they have the bridge? Bridge is not necessarily closed off. I can't easily tell what's going on, but I don't think there's much for us to test because they're not like moving vehicles. We would just go up to a standstill basically. So nothing for us there, I don't think. And we could have made that left before. Will it cross this double yellow? No, it's gonna just follow pretty close. That's fine. Had we crossed the double yellow, we could have maybe fit more cars in here. Yeah, this new driver is certainly new. Okay, we should not go. You can see that the fire department is ahead. I may do a little bit of just parking testing around here. There's a number of parking lots for restaurants and things. So if I put one of the restaurants in, where to go? We're doing street parking here would be interesting. I can do street parking on this side street, which has plenty of street parking. That is marked, and just verify that the car actually goes into it. I can try street parking over here just to see if it will, parallel park. We probably could have gone. We could. I was gonna say we could now, and the person behind me is probably getting a little annoyed that I haven't yet. Definitely should now. Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, we basically sat out that whole light cycle. Okay, we need to go in where that person's coming out. There's a Subaru, the, the Toyota BZ4X, but oh no, it is a BZ4X. Interesting. I fixed the pin. Where is it going? Is it just going to park right here? Interesting. Okay. Uh, Random. If I tell it specifically the Chargers, drive there. Driveway doesn't make sense. That's the only option is driveway. Fine, do driveway. I really would like to see it back into these charges. It's just backing up. Is it going to park here now? This isn't even a spot. Okay. I guess it doesn't want to park here. We can do street parking over here. Park at street. Do not park in their driveway, please. So now getting out of here should be easy. Let's do a street park and just see what happens. Swap this back to the regular map. Just go ahead and close that. Yeah, I'd like to see it actually pull into those chargers at some point, but it's not the end of the world if it doesn't. This truck is going to end up making a left around the same time that we do. Okay, good to let the truck go. She walked behind us, which was kind of her, but she did not need to. Okay, so there's already other cars parked on the street. It may just choose to parallel park between them. Thinking about that, decided to go past. There's plenty of parking in front. Fine there. Just gonna stop in this spot. That's fine. I think we've got to be basically on the line in the back and kind of close on the front. So I think that's fine. We're a little. Let me move the mic. We're a little far in the front. It's not the end of the world, but it's not the best. Let's try street parking at USPS because it's got street parking on the side and it's got this parking lot. Okay, so street actually starts at the pin like here on the actual street. Nobody coming, so no concerns there. I'll just leave this up. Loads of people taking the bridge that way, probably because of the fire truck. Might be a decent time to try a bridge test. Okay, street parking might be full. It may decide to go into the lot. We may actually have to parallel park or go down one of these side streets. there's one really tight spot. And it didn't take it. Okay, fire department has that closed off. We should just go. Come on. There's plenty of street parking here too that we would have to um, go into, but it looks like we're going to turn right. Now we're pretty far from the pin. We can make a right on red here. Yeah, we're far from the pin, so I don't know if it's still going to try to park or if it's going to loop back around. I will note that we could have made a right on red there, and we did not. We could end up street parking at the exact same place we street parked before. Someone getting into their car. I will give it one more shot at trying to find a parking spot. Dogs on the screen, at least one dog, briefly. There's a lot of people turning here. The bridge is going to be pretty busy, at least we're, I think, waiting. I'm not sure what this person is waiting for, but they're on their phone, their wipers are on full, and they're holding up a bunch of people. We could turn here. There's more parking down that way. There is a parking lot that car in front, the white car, is pulling out of. So if it pulled into the parking lot, that also would be fine. Okay. It's going to pull into the parking lot. It's not going to end up street parking. I would go left. Right is not okay. That is post office only. Attempting to go into a post office only area, restricted area. Okay, so that is arguably a fail. I want it to pull up parking lot, but it's not going to. Okay, because it's busy over here, let's do this. Pick that parking lot. Start. We can't go right. I'm not even going to let it try. I would have kept going despite that car. Yeah, I'm not going to let it try to go right. I don't want to mess with the emergency services, so we'll do the bridge instead. And I'm just telling it to go to this parking lot. Well, no, you know what? That's a good point. Let's let it just pick the park and pick whatever parking lot it wants. We can do parking lot. There's a non-zero chance that we get blocked at the bridge. There's a pretty big gap, so any cars that were waiting to go the other way may be up there now. Nope, no, we're good. Apparently no one going the other way. All right, we are clear. Now, I will see what it's like going that way. I do see cars going that way. They may be having to redirect, but we'll see. Just because the fire truck was basically in front of the bridge. There's a lot of people going that way, though, so maybe that is a valid detour. Here, we want to turn left, and they want to turn left, but the car behind them wants to turn right. There we go. There are people crossing the bridge that way, so we'll maybe let it go that way, or we'll try to trigger the bridge again. Okay, pulled up parking lot. Need to put a little piece of foam or something under the dash because it rattles against the thing, but I like the angle that it's at. So we did this earlier, it did it fine. I'm just curious if it ends up going into the same parking lot and if it's seeing all of these speed bumps was a fluke or not. Now there's other people here, there's kids here, so I want to especially not be super weird, but maybe some interactions with people. We won't be here long enough to probably find out. Okay, sees the speed bump. Down to 5 is actually really nice. So it may just end up pulling in here because that's the closest like parking lot. There's a vehicle there. You can see it, yeah. So the spot we pulled into earlier, we can't pull into again. We may pull up next to them, but they're like getting stuff out of their car, so we should just pick one of these other spots, like back in, or or make a left here and pull in next to these cars or back in somewhere. At this point, we should park though. And we're far enough from the pin that I'm concerned it's not going to. I'm concerned it's going to just drive in circles like it did. I didn't upload this video, but with earlier 12.6.4, it just drove in circles. We're currently driving on the lines, which is certainly incorrect. We could just pull ahead and park. I think that's what it's going to do. Obviously, there's a bunch of kids there, so let's not stay here long. We will end trip, just start. Let's go home. I can't pick home yet because it's got to pull this up. But it's a nice summer day, so plenty of kids and stuff around. So yeah, let's do home. We'll go pretend like we don't know that there was that emergency vehicle there. And we'll see if it pulls back into my driveway. We'll also see if my garage door is still open. So actually swap this back and just see what happens. And my streak is ruined, but whatever. Speed bumps have been good. I know 12.6.4 handled those sometimes a little faster, so 5 miles per hour is really good on those ones. This should be easy. There is a car approaching, but as long as we actually go, then it's not an issue. Now, I'm not positive if we can actually get through here or what's up with this situation. So I may end up having to take over. A little bit of the wobble again. Person behind us is turning. I'm tempted to try. You know what? Let's change our mind. Come on, give me the other option. Okay. Well, I guess we're not going over the other canal bridge. And I do see cars coming this way now. I would like it to turn down one of these streets and actually take the back entrance in. Okay. Should take this slow. Yeah, that was a little jabby on the brakes. Okay, I turned that on too late. Okay, I want it to turn here. Let's call that street. That way it doesn't actually try to park over there in someone's driveway. Now, edit. Okay. There are turns up here that it handles really weird, and it doesn't really seem to see around them properly. So I want to just verify how it handles them. So this turn and then the right turn after. It has sort of weird positioning, sort of weird jerkiness. We're going really slow just because those other people were close to the curb there, but it's okay. And now for this, it has a tendency to like cut it short. Still a little short, but honestly, I think that felt fine. For the longest time, before version 12, because this stop sign is around a curve, it would not actually see the stop sign. So it won't, it takes a while for it to display it, and it would actually slow down, but not actually stop for the stop sign. So that was fine. I feel like we didn't wait too long at the stop sign either, which that's something I have issues with. I'll do a test going the other way. Those turns back there that it often has issues coming this way. The other way, it double stops at them pretty much every single time. And if that behavior is fixed, that will be a nice improvement. A lot of people behind me get a little annoyed there because a lot of people don't even stop at those stop signs. The people coming from the left or the right that you would run into, there's like two houses, so it's kind of not worth stopping. Slowing down, sure, but I don't mind stopping there. But the double stop makes it take a really long time, especially 1264 just like sat for a long time at stop signs sometimes. A double stop also just feels really uncomfortable. Okay, we'll pull into the driveway. My garage door opened late enough that it'll probably just stop in front again. Yeah, it's got a stop line already. What if I push it? Okay, so I tapped the accelerator a couple times there to get it to go forward. Anytime it's going to stop, I'm going to try to push it. Now it's seeing objects, so it may not want to. I think we need to go a little bit further forward until these say about 20 inches is good. So can't quite get into my driveway in a nice way, but handled a lot of those situations honestly really well. All the construction early on was fine. Handled perfectly. It did go left at the closed road. Should have realized that the road was closed earlier and not kept trying to go forward. I ended up intervening just because of that. Trying to go into the off limits area of the Postal Service, of the USPS area. That's pretty bad. That's, I guess, a consistent thing is it just doesn't realize that things that are drivable are not things we're necessarily allowed to go in or are the wrong way for things like parking lots where it's not really in the map data. No idea what it was doing near the chargers. It didn't get close to my pin at all. It went past where the chargers actually were on the map. So we'll see if that gets any better when the map is actually updated. But yeah, I guess I can pull up the driving stats. I don't think we got a newer streak. Would be nice if they could streamline this a little bit so it opens faster. Okay, no, we got an 18.8 mile streak. 5,031 of my 56, 55 miles since it's been tracking. All right, that'll do it for this one. I got to go upload the other one. It should be done now, so I'll start working on this one in a little bit. See you all next time. Let me know if there's anything you want me to test.